उत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीम् उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी। हरे कृष्ण। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। So we are reading Shrimad Bhagavatam, third canto, fourth chapter, titled as Vidurji approaches Maitreya Rishi, text number 31. You can repeat the shloka after me. Nautavo api man anyono yada guner naradita prabhu ato mad vayunam loke ato mad vayunam lokam ato mad vayunam lokam grayan iha tishtatu. Translation. Uddhava is not inferior to me in any way because he is never affected by the modes of material nature. Therefore, he may remain in this world in order to disseminate specific knowledge of personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. तो यहाँ पे भगवान कृष्ण उद्धव जी के बारे में बता रहे हैं। परीक्षित महाराज ने सुखदेव गोस्वामी को प्रश्न पूछा कि भगवान जब अपने धाम में अंतर्धाम हो गए, अपने धाम में वापस चले गए, तो वो अपने सभी सगा संबंधी जितने भी थे सबको तो वापस ले गए, लेकिन उद्धव जी को पीछे क्यों छोड़ के चले गए? तो उसका उत्तर देते हुए सुखदेव गोस्वामी भगवान के बारे में बता रहे हैं। भगवान ने क्या सोचा उद्धव जी के बारे में। तो जब भगवान अंतर्धान हो गए अपने धाम में, when Lord Krishna went back to home, back to Godhead, back to his original place, Golok Vrindavan Dham, he had a plan. He wanted to dispatch all his family members, all his associates, because the family was very big. So Lord Krishna dispatched all of them back to Golok Vrindavan Dham. But then he asked Uddhava that, Uddhava, you remain here and you go to Badrikashram, where there is a temple of Naranarayan Rishi. There are devotees there and you associate with them. So Uddhavji left for Badrikashram. And Shukdev Goswami here is mentioning Lord Krishna's plan. Lord Krishna thought that Uddhava is not inferior to me in any way. So Lord Krishna and Uddhava, they actually looked similar. I mean, Lord Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Lord Krishna is saying that this Uddhava is never affected by the three modes of material nature, Sattva Guna, Raja Guna and Tamo Guna. Therefore, Uddhava was left behind so that whatever the knowledge Lord Krishna gave to Uddhava, which is Uddhava Gita, which is nothing but Shrimad Bhagavatam, Uddhava was left behind to disseminate this knowledge which was given to him by Lord Shri Krishna. So Lord had a very special plan for Uddhava. The purport Srila Prabhupada writes, the specific qualification for becoming the representative of Lord is to be unaffected by the modes of nature. This is a very, very important sentence actually. That Guru is representative of Krishna. So when someone is representing Lord Shri Krishna, that person should not be affected by anything which is good or bad. He should be neutral. Sattva guna, Rajaguna, or Tamoguna. One has to be beyond that. The highest qualification of a person in the material world is to be Brahmana. But since the Brahmana is in the mode of goodness, to be Brahmana is not sufficient for becoming a representative of Lord Shri Krishna. One has to transcend the modes of goodness also and be situated in Shuddha Sattva, which is unalloyed goodness, unaffected by any of the qualities of material nature. This stage of transcendental qualification is called as Shuddha Sattva or Vasudeva. And in this stage, the science of God can be realized. As the Lord is not affected by any of the modes of material nature, so the pure devotee of the Lord is also not affected by pure any of the modes of nature. That is the primary qualification for being one with the Lord. A person who is able to attain this transcendental qualification is called as Jivana Mukta or liberated. Even though he is apparently in the material condition. This liberation is achieved by one who constantly engages in transcendental loving service of the Lord. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion, first chapter, first canto, second chapter, 187th verse, it is said, Iha yasya harir dasye karmana manasa gira nikhila swapi avasthashu jivan mukta samuchyate. Anyone who, by his actions and mind and words, lives only for the transcendental loving service of the Lord, is certainly liberated soul, even though he may appear to be conditioned in a condition of material existence. Live only for service of Lord is Jivan Mukta. Uddhava was in such a transcendental position, and thus he was selected to be the actual representative of the Lord in his bodily absence from the vision of the world. Such a devotee of the Lord is never affected by material strength, intelligence, or even renunciation. Such a devotee of Lord can withstand all onslaught of material nature, and therefore is known as Goswami. Only such Goswamis can penetrate the mysteries of the Lord's transcendental loving relationship. Hare Krishna. This is a very, very wonderful paragraph. This is a very nice shloka. So there are three modes of nature, which are Sattva Guna, Rajaguna and Tamoguna. So mode of goodness, mode of passion and mode of ignorance. And we all are affected by these three modes of material nature. When we are in Sattva Guna, we are enlightened by the knowledge and we try to stay away from the sinful activities. And there is a sense of feeling that yes, we are doing better than anybody else. So there is a conditioning of goodness. And when we are in passion, when we are affected by Rajaguna, what happens? One feels intense desire for greed, accumulation, money, manpower, name, fame, attachment to the opposite gender. All these are the symptoms of Rajoguna. And when one is affected by Tamoguna, what happens? Then one feels lazy, one feels sleepy, one never pays attention to words of knowledge, one is ignorant, one who is always in tamoguna, he will do sinful activities. So these are some of the qualities of the three modes of nature. But when one transcends all these three modes of nature, beyond sattva, raja and tamoguna, one is always neutral and always willing to serve Lord. His only desire is to serve Lord Shri Krishna. That is the name which is called as Jivana Mukta. So here, the one who has transcended the qualities of three modes of nature is the one who always engages in service of Lord Shri Krishna. One is always busy in thinking that how can I serve Krishna? How can I be of some service to the devotees of Lord Shri Krishna? So when our mind is always constantly engaged in service of Krishna, that is called as Shuddha Sattva, or that is also called as Jivana Mukta, as mentioned in Shrimad, as mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So we have to live only for the service of the Lord and nothing else. Our life is for service. Everybody is doing some or other form of service. Somebody is serving home, family, somebody is serving country, somebody is serving a nation, like a particular society, somebody is serving a particular religion. Everybody is engaged in service, but ultimate service is to the Lord of this creation, Lord Shri Krishna. When we want to water a tree, we pour the water on the root of the tree rather than pouring the water on the each and every leaf or branch of the tree. Similarly, Lord Krishna is the origin of entire universe. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto. Lord Krishna is situated in everybody's heart. So, if we really want to please everyone, then we can please Lord Krishna, and that way the whole world is satisfied, everybody is satisfied. It is very difficult to please very individual person, but we can serve and please everybody by doing service of Krishna. And this can be learned from the life of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ji was a Jivana Mukta. He was beyond the three modes of nature, because Srila Prabhupada ji always engaged in thinking about how can I spread the message of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam to everybody. So even in his old age, retirement age, when Srila Prabhupada ji was not feeling well, he was constantly thinking, how can I give Krishna consciousness to the people who are suffering in this world. There is a lot of suffering going on at this time in the world. Some people are dying with the earthquake. Thousands and thousands of people are dead due to recent earthquake. What can we do for them? Wherever we are, we can pray for them. We can say to Krishna, "Hey Krishna, you are the master of the whole universe. You know what's happening wherever it is. So let's pray for those people who are suffering." As we always pray in the morning, Sansara Dava Nalinita Loka. This sansara, this material world is just like a davanam. At what time, what will happen, it is very difficult to imagine. Now we are sitting quietly here, but there might be some earthquake, some fire, some calamity happening. Or maybe somebody comes and attacks us. Or maybe there is some problem in our mind. So, sansara dava nalini daloka tranaya karunya ganato. So we are always constantly surrounded by the difficulties, either adidevik, adibhautik, or adhyatmik. The problems can be created by material nature, like earthquake. We are seeing currently that there is a country called as Turkey, and there more than 15,000 people died in last couple of days just because of this earthquake, and thousands are still missing. And man-made buildings are collapsing just like a building made up of cards actually. And this is what the material nature is. So there are laws of nature, we have to be very, very stringent about it. If we do something wrong, the wrong will come back to us. More we damage Mother Nature, more we are in trouble actually. So we have to be very, very careful when we are dealing with Mother Nature. So at this time, when the lives of people are suffering, it is our duty. If we cannot serve them physically, maybe mentally and spiritually, we can pray to Lord that He gives the strength to all those who are suffering on this planet. There, somebody who is not suffering from the material nature, then there are problems created by other living entities. Like there is one country attacking another country. There's a fight going on between Russia and Ukraine, and there thousands of people are suffering. So we can see some people are dying because of earthquake, some people are dying because of war happening, and then there are some people dying because of disease. In last 2 years, we saw hundreds and thousands of people died because of COVID-19 infection. So many people are dying every single day. We can see that. And then there are other diseases like mental disorders. Some people are depressed. Some people are affected by cancer. Some people are affected by heart disease. People are affected by diabetes. And then there is a fighting between the family members. One husband, wife fight, or brothers fighting with each other, or neighbors fighting with each other. And then there are problems of job loss, people losing their income, because of current recession. There's a there's a big wave of recession, economic recession hitting, and the interest rates have gone up very high. So many people who have the mortgage, they are not able to pay their mortgages. The whole society is affected. The day-to-day things are becoming very expensive nowadays. So those are the problems, and then there are some problems of mind also, mental health problem. So we can see that the life is in a turmoil for everybody. So what can we do? We can pray to Lord Shri Krishna. Hey Krishna, Karuna, Sindhu, Dina, Bandhu, Jaganpate, Gopesha, Gopika, Kanta, Radha, Kanta, Namasute. Hey Krishna, you are there in everybody's heart as Paramatma. And it is our prayer, sincere prayer, that you please show us the guidance, show the guidance to everybody in the world. Everybody is affected by so many problems in the life. So you please take care of everyone. So this is how we can pray to Krishna, and then we can spread the message of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. This material world is made up of miseries. There is Dukkhalayam. There is nothing else but the misery in this world. You might be thinking that we are happy, but that is just a temporary phase. This is a gap between the two miseries. So we have to be very, very careful, and we have to think that okay, today if there is a quiet time, which means that there is a problem facing ahead of us, some problem going to come. So we have to be ready with that, and in that state of mind, we have to think that okay, if this material world is the place of miseries, dukkhalayam ashashvatam, how can I get out of this? How can I get out of this repeated cycle of birth, disease, old age, and death? And that is our main aim of human life. The aim of human life is to become jivana mukta, to become liberated. Yeah? And here it says that anyone who by his actions, mind and words lives only for the transcendental loving service of Lord is certainly liberated soul, even though he appears to be in the condition of material world. And this is the key sentence here, that our life is for service of Krishna. Satatam kirtayantam mam yatantasya dhradavrata. With firm determination, we have to keep on chanting our mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And this is the treatment for this Kali Yuga. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalau Naste, Kalau Naste, Kalau Naste, Evam Gatir, Anyatha. If we really want to get out of these troubles in this material world, then we have to have firm faith in chanting of this mantra. And this mantra will give us the liberation from the repeated cycle of birth, disease, old age, and death. This Kali Yuga is the age of hypocrisy and quarrel. There are so many problems in this Kali Yuga. So, the best solution for this Kali Yuga is to keep on thinking about Lord Shri Krishna. And our mind always engaged in welfare activity of others. We should always think, how can I help everyone who is suffering around us? Srila Prabhupada ji had this thought, and with that thought of helping the community, serving the humanity, Srila Prabhupada ji traveled all the way from Vrindavan Dham to New York, America, and he spent his life in serving others. He truly served others, not only physically, just by giving prasadam, but in addition, Lord Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ji dedicated his life, his time for developing Krishna consciousness in all his followers. And he could give that because he himself was above the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Srila Prabhupada was pure soul. So even though Srila Prabhupada appeared just like an ordinary man, he was just above the three modes of nature. In any good time or bad time, Srila Prabhupada always remained stable, always calm and composed. He was like a dhira. So मात्र स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगम पायिनो अनित्य तमस तितिक्षव bharata. So Srila Prabhupada actually was like Dhira. He was beyond three modes of nature. Somebody said good to him, Srila Prabhupada never got excited. And somebody criticized him, Prabhupada ji never got disappointed. He was always engaged in service of Sri Krishna. He said nothing will affect me, whether somebody says good to me or bad to me, it doesn't matter to me. I am here to serve Krishna. And that's the mood, very humble mood. Trinadapi sunechena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadina kirtaniya sadahari. We have to always chant Krishna's name without expecting any honor. Somebody pays attention or not does not matter. Somebody pays respect to you or not doesn't matter. We have to just be humble and give the respect to everybody around us. And in that mood of humility, we keep on chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then Lord Shri Krishna will be pleased with us and he will liberate us from this repeated cycle of birth, disease, old age, and death. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll pause here and we'll continue.